Hello students, welcome to Target IES. In this video, we are going to start with the module number 1 of RCC, or you can also call it as Design of Concrete and Masonry Structures. A very important subject for all civil engineers, not for just examination purpose. For examination purpose, it has equal weightage just like any other subjects. But on practical basis, once you get the job, mostly as you are a civil engineer, you might be working with RCC design works. It could be in a private sector or government sector, but RCC knowledge आपके लिए बहुत ही ज़्यादा important है. As a civil engineer, you should be perfect in this. See, whatever you learnt in college, it is little bit like bakwas. Okay, it might not help you practically. So what I will do is I will try to include as much practical knowledge as possible. ठीक है, जो भी practical knowledge मैं सीखाऊँ over time, I will try to impart it in my videos. After that, believe me, you will be really able to go and construct some home. If I come to you and say, beta, you are a civil engineer, so just construct a home for me, is it practical for you to design it? No, right? But after these modules of RCC, my modules, you will be able to design your home or any building or some structure. Okay, so leave it to me. So I will try to give as much practical knowledge as possible also, but let us stick to our competitive exams. Okay, our aim is to crack competitive exams, right? So you can take the screenshot of ESC syllabus if you want, and there are 18 big subjects. No need to worry, हम हर सब्जेक्ट क्लियर से पढ़ लेंगे and with confidence you will be able to answer all the questions. Okay, so what you have to study for competitive exams? First of all, our class notes. There are 260 pages if I am not wrong. You have to study this only once, that too when I am teaching. Once done with every chapter, obviously you have to make short notes as usual, and these notes you have to keep revising. ठीक है, you have to keep revising. Even before examinations you have to read your short notes fully once. Okay, so this short notes making is very important for this subject. You have to reduce this 260 pages to 25 or 30 pages, or else it gets impossible for you to understand such a big subject or revise such a big subject frequently. And then finally what you have to read is IES 456. See, IES 456, why? Because what is the code book for our concrete? IES 456 edition 2000, right? So this IES 456 you should be perfect in. But I know there are like 150 pages and this is really complicated to read, right? किसी को मजा नहीं आता IES code पढ़ने में. Then how will you read? No need to worry, Baba. What I have done is I have highlighted the important text for you. ठीक है? All target IES students will be given a link. Please download this soft copy of IES 456, and whatever you have to read, right, I have already highlighted. So only this yellow color, whatever you are able to see, right, so only that read as bits and more than enough. Okay, even the tables whatever are important, for example table 9 was not important, so I haven't highlighted anything, but table 8 something is important, so I have highlighted. Okay, so only the highlighted text you have to read and your IES 456 part will be done. Okay, it will be so simple. Within a one day you can read entire 456 which I have highlighted, and you will understand it also. Okay, so this is the thing whatever you have to do. It doesn't matter you are preparing for ESC, you are preparing for GATE, you are preparing for state PSC, or yes, it could be for SSC. It is one and the same. You have to follow the same pattern. Download the IES 456 highlighted copy of mine and read only that. Now coming to what happens in reality, let us try to understand. In your college you might have studied this RCC subject, right? So when I was in engineering, there used to come one big question like 30 marks wala 40 marks wala question रहता है, in which what you have to do is you have to design a concrete beam or a footing, or it could be a column, it doesn't matter, or given a slab. So after, what you have to do is you will be designing for 6 to 7 steps, and once you get area of steel and everything, what you have to do is you have to draw these diagrams, right? You have to draw these diagrams and give the reinforcement details ki center to center spacing itna tha, blah blah blah, and you will be given your marks based on this drawing, right? See, analyzing each beam used to take you around 1 hour, right? And draw this used to take you around 1 hour. Think practically that in a building even of 2 to 3 floors there will be hundreds of such members. Is it practical for you to draw each and every beam and give reinforcement details to each and every beam? Do you think it is practical? No, right? So what people generally do, See, we go for softwares. Generally what I use is StatPro. For my job purpose, what I am using StatPro. There might be other people are using other softwares also. So everything will be present in this softwares. Okay, we just have to give the inputs and say to this software, please use IES 456. As per IES 456, you please design it, and he will give me all the details of this designing as per IES 456. मैं आपको दिखा दूंगा सॉफ्टवेयर कैसे रहेगा also. But let us be very clear how and what happens practically on field. See, first of all, if you have certain area on which you have to do this construction, so first you will be doing whatever surveys are required, and then you will be going to a geotechnical engineer or some consultancy, and you will ask for soil report. ठीक है, soil report काफी important रहती है. In that you will be given what is soil bearing capacity. ठीक है, how much load the soil can take, you will be clearly knowing from this. So once it is done, obviously the architect or even a civil engineer, he can give you the plan of building, right? What they want, 3 floors चाहिए, 4 floors चाहिए, और मल्टी फ्लोर चाहिए. So what is the building, how it should look like. Okay, तो रहता है ना. So all these building details will be given to you. All these building details will be given to you, and plan will also be given to you. ठीक है, ऊपर से plan किस तरह रहेगा, everything will be given to you. So now the designer part comes. RCC designer part starts here. Once you get your plans, okay, and building design के जो भी dimensions है वो सारे आपको provide कर दिए जाएंगे. Now RCC designer, it is up to him where he want to place his footings. Okay, where he want to place his what beams, whatever, right? It is completely dependent on this RCC designer. ठीक है, सो बाहर का जो भी दिखता है वो आर्किटेक्ट डिजाइन करता है, अंदर का जो भी है सिविल इंजीनियरिंग रिलेटेड वो आरसीसी डिजाइनर डिसाइड करता है. ठीक है, आई होप इट इज वेरी क्लियर फॉर यू. सो इन अ बिल्डिंग व्हाट यू विल एक्चुअली हैव, लेट अस बी वेरी क्लियर. लेट मी टीच यू फ्रॉम स्क्रैच. Okay, let me teach you from scratch and make you real civil engineers. First of all, you will be having the foundation work, right? So first of all, you will be having your foundation here, right? At plinth level, you will be having your plinth beams. याद रखना, you will be having plinth beams. The first beams कौन से? Obviously plinth beams. So at each floor level, you will be having beams again. ठीक है, at each floor level you will be having your beams, and on beams you will be having your slabs. Okay, and what are these are your columns, right? So you have your foundation, you have columns rising up. On this you will be having your beams के ऊपर आपको क्या रहेगा, slabs रहेगा. Everything is clear for you. And यहाँ पे plinth beam भी आएगा, don't forget that. Okay, many people they directly go for first floor, second floor. अरे यार plinth पे भी एक beam रखना पड़ता है, we call it as plinth beam. And sometimes some structures you can see the difference between floor to floor is very high, right? So अगर आप rich buildings पे चले जाए, the buildings which are expensive, so you will be seeing floor to floor distance is very high. If it is like 3 meters, 4 meters or 5 meters कुछ इस तरह का है, then obviously what I will do is I will go for intermediate beam also. I will be calling it as tie beam. Okay, so if in a structure the floor difference is very high, what I will go is I will go for one tie beam also. So these are the various beams whatever you will be having in a building. Okay, plinth beam, tie beam, and obviously beams at various floors level, and column रहेगा, footing रहेगा, and your slab रहेगा. So these are the basic things what you should have in your building. So once you have decided this plan, right, whatever the footing वाला beams वाला जो भी रहेगा, so you will be drawing your plan. After this plan what you will do is you will be drawing your structure. It will hardly take 10 minutes to generate such structure in software. काफी fast हो जाता है. So once you get this structure, right, आप analyze कर लोगे. Before that you will be giving various things like what are the loads it should be acting as per IS 456. आप कौन से load लेना चाहते हैं, you will be giving it, and more than enough. Once done, you will be given all the things. Okay, you will be getting all the things from the software itself. What is the shear force, what is the bending moment, right, what is the deflection, everything will be provided to you. You can clearly see. So how the structure looks like and how the bending moment, everything diagram looks like, it will be clearly given to you. And if you click on any beam, so you will be given the concrete design also. And let me make it very clear, this is the same thing, right, whatever you have drawn in your college. कुछ इस तरह का ही डालते थे ना आप, concrete structure with steel reinforcement details, right? So this report will by your software itself. I hope you got it right. So this is what it happens in real life. And but for your knowledge to understand what is happening behind these softwares, you should have a clear understanding of RCC. I hope you got it right. Don't worry, at the end of these modules, you will not just have this subject knowledge but also practical knowledge. You will be a perfect engineer after these modules. Okay, I assure you that. But before that, let me make it very clear. Some state PSC exams are coming very near, very close, and many students have requested, and I too feel guilty that I haven't finished syllabus yet. Okay, तो एक subject बच चुका है. What I am going to do is I will be teaching as per the requirement of state PSCs and SSC JEE examination and ESC examination also. For GATE, obviously we have to solve some long questions, right? Design वाले questions करना पड़ेगा. So what I am going to do here is, so I will continue with ESC, SSC JEE and state PSC syllabus. Okay, so for example, introduction के तीन modules है, 1 2 3 will be finished. Limit state, let us take 4 5 modules, and single reinforced rectangular section 6 7 modules. Okay, so if there is any design part related to GATE syllabus, okay, instead of making that module here, I will be continuing with the next chapter. Okay, so like that I will be trying to finish the syllabus. Once the syllabus of the state PSCs, SSC JEE, everything is completed, right, I will come back, and wherever the GATE part is left, the design wala part, the problems which you have to solve, design problems, I will solve it separately by making some other module like 7B. If this is like design of beam has taken me 3 modules, 10, 9, 10, 11. So I will be making a 11B module in which we will be solving problems related to GATE. Something like that it will be going. I hope you got it right. And my aim is to complete this within 10 days from now on. So from today, within 10 days, entire RCC syllabus will be completed and all modules will be given to the students. Now let us start this RCC subject. Let us start with introduction. See, whenever you are designing some RCC structure, you have to keep few things in your mind. What is the first thing? The first thing is safety. The first thing is safety. Second thing, obviously serviceability. What is serviceability? The building, whatever you are designing, right, it should be constructed in such a way that it will be providing the services for whatever purpose that building is constructed. Okay, so first thing is safety, second thing is serviceability, third one obviously durability. Your building should be durable. A structure should sustain the loadings up to its design period. If you are constructing a building for 50 years or 60 years, it doesn't matter. So it should be able to take all this loading for the design period of time without any problem. I hope you got it. And most important thing, especially in our country, safety से ज़्यादा importance किसे दिया जाता है? Economy को दिया जाता है. But obviously you have to take care of safety. Once safety requirement is satisfied, you will be seeing for economy. ठीक है? Once your safety is satisfied, minimum guarantee जो मिल जाता है ना, you will obviously look for economy because everyone wants cheaper housing in India, right? आपको डबल बेडरूम घर चाहिए 20 या 30 लाख में, right? I hope you're getting it. No one is willing to pay it 60 lakhs or 70 lakhs. मैं खुद नहीं डालूंगा. So we have to think about economy also, and most important thing, what is it? Aesthetics. ऐसा नहीं है कि you are designing and you are designing a very ugly structure. It should be in such a way that it is pleasing to your eyes because you are going to live there, right? Or you are going to use that structure for some or some purpose. So obviously it should have good looks also. So what are the 5 things you should be focusing on? The first one is safety, very important. Second one is serviceability. Whatever you are designing for, it should suit that purpose. And next you have durability for the entire life period. It should be taking that loads without any problem. And economy, and finally aesthetics. All 5 are important. Okay, see, many people say this to me कि अरे यार पुराने ज़माने के फोर्ट्स देख लो, इट इज़ एग्जिस्टिंग फॉर थाउजेंड्स ऑफ ईयर्स, बट आजकल के सिविल इंजीनियर इतने गंदे बनाते हैं कि 50 साल 100 साल में बिल्डिंग टूट जाता है. अरे भाई, we design for that life period only. Let us be very clear. If you want me to design for 1000 year structure, I can do it. But are you willing to pay? चले जाना किसी फोर्ट पे and you see the wall thickness, it will be something like that. Compare with your wall, it will be something like this in your homes. I hope you're getting it right. If you're increasing the dimensions of your structure, obviously your life will also increase, but it won't be economical for you, right? If you are willing to pay 2 crores or 3 crores for your what, your 2 BHK home, Obviously it might be also surveying for next 500 years, but are you willing to pay? No, right? I hope it is very clear for you. So as per design period only, civil engineers will be deciding all these things ki kitna thickness chahiye, what are the various things you should have in your construction. I hope it is very clear for you, right? So let us talk about few important things like cement concrete design. See, what is concrete first of all? RCC reinforced cement concrete hai na. So let us see what is cement concrete first of all. See, in cement concrete you will be having obviously cement, you will be having fine aggregates, you will be having coarse aggregates, and you will be mixing it with water, right? You will be mixing with water, and you can also have some admixtures, See, based on this mixed proposition, it could be in certain ratio, right? 1 is to 5 is to 10, 1 is to 4 is to 8, it doesn't matter. There will be certain mixed proportion. Based on that, you will be getting different strength wala cement concrete. I hope you are getting it right. So how to mix this, cement, fine aggregates, coarse aggregates, water, admixtures, everything, how to mix it? We have two methods. One is nominal method, दूसरा होता है design mix. See, everything is given in your code book also. So what you have to do is you have to read this code book once, and you will be more than perfect. Whatever I have highlighted, right, बस वही पढ़ना. You can clearly see here, right? So concrete mix proportion, chapter topic number 9. I hope you can clearly see it. So just read IES 456 also, whatever I have highlighted, and it will be very easy for you. So now coming back to it, this design mix, whatever we have, right? What is the code book which we follow? IES 10262. Everyone, please make a note, give it a 10 star. Very frequently asked, even in interviews. It happens to many people. So you will go, and the whatever interviewer, right, he will ask, what is the design mix code book which we use? Many people, what they think is IR, he is asking about RCC, IS 456, sir, and he will see you like insect. Okay, when you say IS 456 से आप design mix design करते हो, he will see you as an insect. He will take for granted कि इसे कुछ नहीं आता है. Okay, so please be careful. The design mix वाला code book कौन सा है? IS 10262. Very important bit for your competitive examinations also. Okay, so we have two methods. One is nominal mix, दूसरा होता है design mix. Nominal mix, design mix. Design mix is as per the code book कौन सा है? IS 10262. Okay, and it is used only for concretes greater than M25. Okay, M25. If you are using concrete which doesn't have that much strength, for small works, if you are using, you need not design it as per the code book. You can just go for nominal mix. Okay, it is just based on your experience. जो भी बंदे के पास थोड़ा बहुत एक्सपीरियंस है मिक्सिंग ऑफ दैट without much requirement of design work, he can just do it with his experience. And nominal mix maximum you can go up to M21. ठीक है, so it is not allowed for concrete grade higher than M20. So if you have some concrete grade, if you want some concrete grade greater than M25, obviously you have to go for design mix. So what is this M20, M25? First of all, M stands for mix and 20 stands for its compressive strength. ठीक है, 20 stands for its compressive strength in Newton per mm square. I hope it is very clear for you. M20 का compressive strength कितना रहेगा? It is a mix such that your concrete is giving 20 Newton per mm square strength. M25 का क्या है? It is a mix such that you are getting a strength of 25 Newton per mm square. I hope you are getting the concept behind it, right? So in nominal mix, it is just based on experience. You don't need any design rules. बस आपको मिलाना है certain quantity and you will be getting your required concrete. So what is the quantity? Let us make a note. In nominal mix, please make a note. Very important bit, especially for state PSCs and even ESC. M5 concrete. So what is the proportion? The proportion of your cement, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate is 1 is to 5 is to 10. Okay, and if you want M10 concrete, it is 1 is to 4 is to 8. If you want M15 concrete, it is 1 is to 3 is to 6. And if you want M20 concrete, it is 1 is to 1.5 is to 3. So please make a note of this. This is very important and you have to be perfect in this. You should never forget this. M5, M10, M15, M20. So in small examinations, ऐसे questions आने के chances है. I am not expecting this nominal mix question to come in your gate. बट ऑल ऑफ द सडन इन स्टेट पीएससी ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, व्हाट इज द मिक्स इन व्हाट इज द मिक्स proportion in M5 concrete? It is 1:5:10. Like that you have to remember these things. Okay, so from M25 onwards, what you cannot just say like this, you have to design as per IES 10262. Okay, 10,262. I hope it is very clear, right? And nominal mix, right? These proportions, now comes a very important bit. You know the proportions, but is this proportions as per volume or as per weight? Because obviously your cement, fine aggregate, ports aggregate, it could have different specific gravity, it has different specific gravity. Then you tell me, should you take as per volume or weight? Remember, nominal mix में आप कुछ भी ले लो चलेगा. If you want to take as per volume also, it is perfectly fine. But in our design mix, we always go as per weight. These proportions are always as per weight. Why? Because weight is constant. If you are taking 1 kg cement, it is 1 kg cement only. But this can have different volume, right? If you are compressing it a bit, your volume will be less. If you are not compressing, if you are spreading it around, your volume will be more. I hope you are getting it right. So volume से आप जब भी design करोगे, you won't be getting same strength, you will be getting different strength. But if you are using as per weight mixed proportions, you will be getting the strength in a very nearby vicinity. Okay, if you want some M25 concrete, you will be getting that M25 concrete only. Obviously there will be variations, there will be standard deviation. You won't be getting exactly 25. True value आपको कभी भी नहीं आएगा. In surveying I have taught you, right? You won't be exactly getting true value, there will be certain error. So agar if you are aiming at M25 concrete as per weight, right, you will be getting some normal distribution curve, something like this. Okay, so most of the things will be in that range of 25, some will be around 24, 24.5 like that, or 25.5, 26 like that, but mostly it will be very close to that target strength of 25 Newton per mm square. But if you are doing by volume, आपका नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का कुछ इस तरह आएगा आपको. देयर विल बी अ वाइड वेरिएशन. ओके, आई होप यू आर गेटिंग इट राइट. समझ में आ गया कॉन्सेप्ट आपको? So this is about types of mixes. We have nominal mix and design mix. So obviously if you have some concrete greater than M25, we have to blindly go for design mix, and it is proportion taken by weight only. Okay, and water quantity is also fixed when it comes to design mix. I hope it is very clear, right? And when it comes to nominal mix, quantity of water is not fixed, it is as per requirement. Based on your experience, you can decide whatever and how much amount of water you want to add. I hope it is very clear for you. Nominal mix में you can take as per volume and weight, but whereas in your IS 10262 you have to take as per weight only. I hope it is perfect for you. See, after that we have some properties of fresh concrete like workability. See, you already know what is workability. I have taught you in building materials, right? So why to repeat it and waste our time, right? Even then I will give you an insight, but before that let us see what are the important things we have. These all things I have covered in building materials already, like slump test क्या होता है, VB test क्या होता है. This is not RCC at all. I have just given you as an introduction part. Okay, this has nothing to do with RCC. RCC में bit नहीं पूछा जाएगा. It will be coming in concrete technology or building materials topic only. Okay, but as introduction I have given you. You can have a look once, but it is not related to RCC. Now let us see some very important thing. Whenever I'm talking about M20, M25, M15, so that compressive strength, how to get it? Now let us try to understand. So we are going to study compressive strength of a cube first of all. Why cube? See, in laboratories we will be casting a cubes to find out what is compressive strength of concrete. So we will be having a cube, and what are the dimensions of this cube? 150 mm. So cube has all the three dimensions same, right? तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? 150 mm, 150 mm and 150 mm आपको मिल जाएगा. 150 mm, 150 mm, 150 mm क्यूब आपको मिल जाएगा, और 15 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. ओके, इट इज अप टू यू वॉट एवर यू वांट टू कॉल. सो यू विल बी कास्टिंग इट, एंड आफ्टर 28 days, याद रखना, after 28 days we will be testing its strength. Okay, what I am doing, I am casting it, I am keeping it aside for 28 days, I am taking proper care of it. After that I will be keeping it in UTM. Okay, and मैं क्या करूंगा? लोड अप्लाई करूंगा. हाउ द लोड विल बी? ऑब्वियसली इट इज लैबोरेटरी, राइट? सो लोडिंग विल बी यूनिएक्सियल, राइट, in one direction. Okay, along the one axis only the loading will be applied. Uniaxial loading apply करेंगे after 28 days and see where my concrete वाला जो भी cube है is getting cracked and I will be getting my compressive strength, right? I will be getting my compressive strength. Always remember, strength is not in load, not in kgs or kilonewton. It will be with respect to stress. Okay, न्यूटन पर mm square में आएगा, ठीक है? So always remember, strength corresponding to stress, not load. Okay, ये मतलब बिल्कुल नहीं है if something is taking 100 kg and let us say some other thing is taking 50 kg, you cannot say 100 kg object is having more strength. You cannot say like that, because this 100 kg object could be having more area, something like this, and 50 kg might be having only less area. Okay, so you cannot say this has more strength. What you have to do is you have to take the stress, लोड पर एरिया आप ले लोगे एंड हियर ऑल्सो लोड पर एरिया ले लोगे. यू विल बी कंपेयरिंग एंड देन with respect to stress only you will be deciding the strength. I hope you are getting it right. I hope you have the clarity now. Okay, strength is not with respect to the load it is taking, it is with respect to stress your object is able to take. I hope you got the clarity. Okay, so once you got this compressive strength of the cube, okay, once you are cracking it, you will be getting your load rate, load by area, you will be getting your compressive stress. But let us be very clear, if you want to design some M25 wala concrete, right? So cubes whatever you are getting it, right, it won't be having exactly 25 strength, because true value is almost imaginary, no one is going to get it. So you will be getting very close to that. It could be 24.99, 25.01 or 24.5 or 24. So values will be like that. Just a normal distribution curve will be coming. Okay, you will be having some normal distribution curve like this. I hope you got it. So there will be some cubes which have strength less than 25 and there will be some cubes which have strength greater than 25. Whenever you want to design exactly 25 Newton per mm square wala compressive strength, obviously there will be some cubes which have strength less than that, some cubes which have strength greater than that, right? So you can literally say, as per this diagram, 50% of your cubes will have strength less than 25 Newton per mm square. Agreed or not? And 50% has greater than 25 Newton per mm square as per this normal distribution curve. So I am introducing a new term which is called as characteristic compressive strength. Not compressive strength anymore, characteristic compressive strength, FCK, characteristic compressive strength. What is it? It is the strength below which not more than 5% of test results are expected to fail. See, if I am targeting 25 Newton per mm square, how many are failing? 50% are failing below the 25 itself. I hope you are getting it right. So what is characteristic compressive strength? It is the strength at which not less than 5% of my test results are failing. Not less than 5% test results are failing. This will be considered as my characteristic strength. I hope you got the concept right. So if you want characteristic strength as 25, let us say if you want your characteristic strength as 25 Newton per mm square, then you have to target a concrete. आपके ब्रेन में रहना चाहिए, I will target a concrete such that it has some target strength of some 28 or 29, something greater than 25. ठीक है, something greater than 25. It could be 28, 26, 27. It doesn't matter. We will study that later on. But if I am targeting this, I will be getting a normal distribution curve something like this. Agreed? I will be getting a normal distribution curve something like this. And the area here is very less, right? The area you can clearly see. Most of the thing is here and only less than 5% will be falling below 25 kilonewton, 25 Newton per mm square. I hope you are getting the concept. Then my characteristic strength will be 25 Newton per mm square. I hope you are getting it right. So to get my FCK value as 25, I have to target a strength which is greater than 25, some 26, 27, 28. Then I will be getting my characteristic strength as 25. What is this characteristic strength? Let us be very clear again. It is the strength below which not more than 5% of test results are expected to fail. I hope you got the concept. So let us be very clear. Okay, if I am giving you 100 cubes, okay, I have given how many cubes? 100 cubes. And I have told you what is FCK of this. Okay, I have given strength of all these 100 cubes. Let us say it is starting from 26, 26.5, 27, 27.5, 28, so on, so on, so on, so on. ठीक है, 28.5, 29, 29.5 and so on up to 100 values, whatever you have. So can you tell me what is FCK of it? FCK is such that no more than 5% should fail. Okay, for 100 cubes, what is 5%? 5% is 5, right? So what are the 5 numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you are getting it. So what is the characteristic strength of this? This characteristic strength FCK is 28 and have to write it as M28. But let me make it very clear. Whatever I have taught you so far, I have taught you M5, M10, M15, M20, M25, M30, M35 and so on. We never write M28. We always write it with 5. Okay, we will write with multiple of 5 only. So what should I write? Whenever I have M25, should I consider these concrete samples whatever I have as M25 or M30? Now I am asking a very important question. You answer me. Which is it close to? It is close to M30. So some people, some genius, what they do is they will tick on M30 concrete and they will be losing their marks. Let us be very clear. If you are writing this, marking this as M30, then you have some problem. What is that problem? Let us be very clear that whenever I am taking my characteristic FCK as 30, right, I have one problem. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 samples failing at this strength of 30. Whenever I am playing this 30 Newton per mm square stress, almost 9 samples are failing. 9% is failing. So I cannot take M30. I have to be on a safer side as a designer. Even though these values are not there, I will be considering FCK as 25 only here in this case. I hope you are getting it right. Always as a designer we should be on a safe side. We should not cross this criteria. ये जो 5% वाला criteria है, we should never cross it. I hope you got it right. Concept समझ में आ गया आपको? So let us read it once. As per definition, FCK कितना रहना चाहिए? It should be 28 Newton per mm square. But always FCK is designed as a multiple of 5. आपको मिलेगा 25, 30 and so on. So obviously what I am taking? I am taking M25 to be on a safe side. I am considering my strength is less and I will be designing as per that, because if whatever concrete I have, right, if I am expecting, if I am imagining the strength is more, then obviously अगर मैं समझ रहा हूँ कि मेरा स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा है, then I will be making a mistake, right? Because the load whatever you are designing for this M30, it cannot bear, this concrete cannot bear and your structure can fail. But if you are assuming the strength is less, it can bear only 25 Newton per mm square. This concrete whatever you have, it can easily take this much amount of load and your structure will be safe. I hope you got the concept behind this, right? Perfect, eh? So you have to represent it as 25 Newton per mm square characteristic compressive strength. I hope you got the concept, right? Now comes the very important part. What should be your target strength? FT कितना रहना चाहिए? I have told you for FCK to be 25, you should target a strength greater than 25. So what is the formula? Very simple, very simple. Simple normal distribution वाला formula ही है. This is my FCK and this is my FT. The gap between this is given by KT. So I can write my FT, the target strength, is nothing but FC plus K into S, where S is standard deviation. See, standard deviation will depend on quality control. How well you are mixing the concrete, how well you are giving this resting period, a 28 days जो भी आप care ले रहे हो ना, based on that you will be getting standard deviation. Actually in IS 456 the values are also given. Just give me a second. Yeah, you can see the table 8, right? Assumed standard deviation for M10 के लिए you can assume it as 3.5, for M25 you can assume it as 4 and so on. And here I have also noted an important point I have highlighted. You can see 9.2.4, right? Can you see 9.2.4? So it is saying standard deviation based on test strength of sample. To get the standard deviation you should do test at least how many samples? 30 samples. After that you will be getting your standard deviation. Or else if you don't want to do that, you can directly take the values whatever I have given you. 4 for M25 and different values for different types of concrete, right? So that standard deviation will be known to you. So you have to multiply with some K value, right? With some constant K. So how much should be this K? Let us be very clear. If you want 50% of the area, let us be very clear. this is your FC wala normal distribution curve and this is your FT wala normal distribution curve. Okay, so let us say if 50% of area is falling below your test result, that means your FCK is coinciding with FT, right? FCK is coinciding with FT. Then can you tell me what is your K value? K value kitna rehna chahiye? FT is equals to FCK plus KS, right? So if your FT is equals to FCK, then FCK cancel, KS is equals to 0, S is not clearly 0, right? S 0 ho hi nahi sakta, standard deviation will always be there. So obviously your K value is 0, right? Obviously your K value is 0. So if you want 50% of the test results to fall below your value, then your K value should be 0. Then your FCK and FT will be coinciding. I hope you got the concept. So now as per the definition, characteristic compressive strength, it clearly says only 5% of your test results should fall below your FCK value, right? So if your FCK curve is something like this, your target strength should be such that this is your FCK line, right? It should be such that only 5% of test results fall below this FCK value. Then your KS, may K value kitna hai? K value should be 1.65. Okay, if you want 5% of area, then what is your K value? 1.65. Very important. Now tell me, if you don't want any area to be less than your FCK, okay, your target strength is such that no area is less than FCK, then what should be your K value? Obviously, it should be infinitely far away, right? Your whatever your FT is, it should be infinitely far so that your AT is getting negligible. It should be less than almost equivalent to 0, right? So it should be at infinite distance away from it. So it will be possible only when your K is at infinite. I hope you got it right. So when K is infinite, what is the area which is less than your FCK? That will be 0. I hope you got it. Concept समझ में आ गया आपको? Everything is crystal clear. For our FCK value, how much area is permissible? 5% area is permissible. That means 5% of your blocks can fail below the target below the FCK value. As simple as that, right? So far clear, right? In the next module, what I am going to teach is characteristic compressive strength of concrete. We have seen cubes, right? What is happening in cubes? See, let us be very clear. It is a symmetrical object. Okay, you are casting it, keeping it with care in laboratory itself. You are not exposing it to other conditions, and you are applying uniaxial loading condition. You are applying only load in uniaxial condition. But in practical case, what is happening? You are having your concrete beams, all these things, and different types of loading is coming there, right? And the conditions are also harsh. Then obviously it will not have the concrete whatever you are using in field, it might not have the same strength as this concrete cube. So how much strength you will be having, that we will be discussing in our module number 2. Module number 2. And in the same module what I will do, I will teach this workability concept also, and a table भी मैं आपको पढ़ा दूंगा because a question can come from here. So in the next module we will see this table as well as strength of your concrete. Okay, have a nice day. I hope you have enjoyed this module, right? If you have liked this module, please do like this video. Have a nice day. See you in module number 2.